Have you ever wished you could just go back in time? Fix that one big mistake to make everything better? Well, that's the question right at the heart of The Man Who Jumped First. It's a sci-fi story that takes that simple idea and just twists it into this incredible, mind-bending tale about what it really means to rewrite history and the terrifying price of getting exactly what you wished for. Right from the get-go, the book's dedication just hits you. It sets this incredibly high-stakes, emotional tone. It's a tribute to people who gave everything for promises that were never fulfilled, leaving behind a world that's basically on the brink of collapse. So you know right away, this isn't just some fun adventure. It's about paying a debt to the past. And this leads us to the obsession that drives our main guy, Alex Morrison. What if you could actually go back and stop a disaster before it even begins? Could one tiny little nudge to the timeline be enough to save the entire world from itself? For him, this isn't just a hopeful thought. It becomes his all-consuming one-way mission. Okay, so at first, the setup seems pretty standard, right? You've got a man, a time machine, they call it a chronograph, and this desperate plan to save the future. But don't let that fool you. This mission is anything but simple. And believe me, the past is not just sitting there quietly waiting to be rescued. And you can really see the difference here, the stark contrast between these two worlds. Alex's time, 2025, is just this bleak, awful place. We're talking global war, society has totally collapsed, a future so grim that hope itself is described as a rationed commodity. His target, 1878, was picked for a reason. It's a hinge point in history, a moment just before the Great Wars and all that industrial greed sent the world down the wrong path. It's a tiny chance to plant the seeds for a better future. But Alex isn't completely on his own. He's got Charles, an AI companion who has the personality of his late father, and that means he's sarcastic, Scottish, and just completely unimpressed with the whole time-traveling shebang. Charles is the perfect foil, really, that much-needed voice of cynical reason in a mission that's pretty much fueled by pure desperation. Okay, so just when you think you know where this is going, the plot thickens a lot. Alex gets to 1878 all ready to change the world, only to find out he's not the first person to have this bright idea. History is already shifting, and there are other unknown players in this game. And the first sign that things are off is super subtle. It's this tiny ripple in the fabric of time. A newspaper headline about treaty talks in Berlin gets printed 4 days too early. Now that might seem like a small thing, but it's the first, concrete, chilling proof that Alex is not alone. Someone else is already here, messing with the timeline. And it doesn't take long for him to run into this mysterious guy, Sullivan, a government watcher from some secret part of the Foreign Office. Sullivan basically tells him that they monitor the timeline for weird stuff, for these exact kinds of ripples. So Alex hasn't just shown up in the past. Oh no, he's been detected. Then there's Thorne, a man with technology that is way, way too advanced for the 1800s. When Alex asks him where he got it, Thorne just cryptically says it came from people who didn't finish what they started. It's a huge hint that there's this long, bloody history of failed time travelers who came before Alex. And to top it all off, he meets Crow, who's young but seems to know way too much. Crow basically tells Alex that he's completely out of his depth, that he only has half a map. All of these encounters point to one absolutely terrifying conclusion. Alex didn't start a mission. He just stumbled right into the middle of a war that's been raging across time for who knows how long. And all of this, all of it, leads to the story's central mind-blowing twist. Alex's mission to change history? It's not a mission at all. It's a prison. It's a repeating, crushing cycle of events, and he is trapped right in the middle of it. So what does that even mean? Well, it gets right to the heart of the matter here. Every single time Alex fails, and he always fails, the whole thing just resets. He's trapped in the same agonizing sequence of events over and over. His goal isn't to save the world anymore. It's just to escape a prison that stretches across time itself. And this is where it gets really creepy. He finds a journal left behind from a previous loop by another version of himself. The message inside is this chilling warning. Trust yourself, but not all of you. This is the moment he realizes there have been countless other versions of him, countless failures, and every single one is a ghost in this time machine. So this is the nightmare he's stuck in. The jump into the past, the desperate attempt to fix things, the inevitable, soul-crushing failure, and then the reset. He has to live it all again and again and again, with only these fragmented, horrible memories of his past failures to guide him. But after who knows how many tries, an eternity of attempts, Alex finally cracks the code. He figures out a way to break the cycle. But freedom, as it turns out, has a price. A really unexpected and profound consequence that's going to change not just his future, but all of reality. He finds this hidden chamber and the key to what they call the Ouroboros, that ancient symbol of a snake eating its own tail. It's the perfect symbol for the endless loop he's been stuck in. And by confronting it, he doesn't just finish his mission, he literally shatters the machine of his own prison. The loop is finally broken.
And the results? I mean, wow. History is completely rewritten, and you can see the breathtaking scale of the change right here. Our timeline, with its devastating world wars, the Holocaust, figures like Churchill and Roosevelt, it's just gone, erased. In its place is a world with only smaller, localized conflicts and leaders we've never heard of. A world without our greatest scars. He did it. He made a better world, right?
And this is where the story just pulls the rug right out from under you. Because it turns out that breaking the loop didn't just free Alex, it unleashed something else. Something the loop was designed all along to keep locked up. Alex meets this mysterious figure called the Archivist, who gives him this absolutely terrifying warning. That time loop wasn't just a prison for time travelers, it was a cage. And Alex, in his heroic mission to make a better world, just unlocked the door and let out a predator he never even knew was there. So, what exactly did he let out? Well, the new threat isn't an army or some typical villain. No, it's a parasitic consciousness. It's like an infection of reality itself. It doesn't spread with force, but through ideas and symbols and patterns. It communicates through resonance, subtly attuning people's thoughts and desires. Almost like a virus of the mind.
And that leaves us with this final, haunting question. Alex won his freedom, and yet he created a world without our history's greatest horrors. But at what cost? Did he just unleash something far more insidious on this new, fragile world? What happens now that the cage is broken and the real monster is finally free to play?